Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Here for the live chat. Gonna build some lineups. If anyone is jumping in anytime soon, or if you watch this over, be prepared to give me 2 to 4 golfers you want to build lineups around, and I'll use the optimizer to do just that. Before we get into this, just some reminders of giveaways I like to do. A weekly and a monthly subscriber giveaway. Basically, if you are subscribed to this channel and you participate on this channel, you're going to get entries to either win $50 that you see up there, as long as we hit the sub goal that you see all the way over there to the left, all the way over there to the left. We need to get to, actually, I think it's 565 now. We need to get 35 new subscribers by the end of the month. Otherwise, if we don't do that, I won't give away $50. Instead, I'm going to give away a t-shirt that has the SweetSpotDFS logo on it. I'm not wearing it right now. I just got back from League for golf. So you cannot see what it looks like, but I wear my sweatshirt in every single video, so you'll know what it looks like if you want to go check it out. But also, not only is it the monthly giveaway that you can get 50 bucks in, but there's weekly giveaways every Monday that I give away $5 for. So if you want a chance to win, just be subscribed and participate on the channel. So if you are jumping into the live chat now, if you comment, you get 1 free entry there. If you go and comment on any of the other videos that I have, you'll get 1 free entry per video you comment on. So entirely up to you. I want to reward you guys for participating on the channel. And of course, if you're not on Prize Picks yet, I do have a promo code that you can use. And if you use that while signing up and putting a deposit of at least $20 in your account, I'm going to give you $20 back. Plus, Prize Picks is going to match your deposit up to $100. So if you want to put $100 in your account, by all means do so. Prize Picks will match it, meaning you'll have $200 in your account. Plus, you're going to get $20 back from me. But if you want to play it for free, just put $20 in your account. You're going to get that 20 back from me, and then you'll have 40 in your account to do with that whatever you want with. Every Friday, they have a protected flex that I like to use every single time I play. Basically what that means is you put $20 in and you make a 4-pick or 5-pick or a 6-pick flex. If you don't hit anything, you get your $20 back. If you do hit something, you'll get some cash back, or you get double your money, or even, you know, 30x your money, 27x your money, depending on how you choose. Like for golf, for instance, they're just free lotto tickets essentially. So check out the description. I should have a link to Prize Picks there. And then obviously I provide cheat sheets, which you should be able to see in the description of this video as well. Basically, this is what you get access to. So if you want to follow along with me as I go through, I mean, I'm not going to really talk much about this sheet, but the strategy video that I put out earlier today, the preview video I put out 2 weeks or 2 days ago, not 2 weeks, 2 days ago, you could follow along with me there. You can see where some of these golfers are coming from. So the cheat sheet's available to you. And then obviously I have the optimizer, which, I mean, we're going to be using exclusively in this video if we're not chatting to build lineups with. So those are all basically the giveaway reminders that I have for you. Now, I think what I'm going to start out with, and anyone that's coming into the chat, leave me 2 to 4 golfers you want to build lineups around, and I will do just that for you. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is kind of go over, I'm trying to figure out how to find the 7K golfers that I want to put in my lineup. I think the 7K range, in my opinion, is your glue to stick together your 10 and 6K golfers. So I think the 7K range is one of the most important ranges to find the correct golfers in. I kind of mentioned this during the fantasy golf pod. So what I was kind of doing was I put this filter on all of my, these are recent form tabs. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. I'm going to do this so you can kind of see all of these tabs down here. So I've got 2023 recent form, which is obviously this year's recent form. So how about this? I do need to put a filter on here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same filter that I did on every page that I have salaries for. So it's in between 79 and 7,000. So the 7K range, in my opinion, one of the more important ranges to take a look at. So here's what I do. I go every year looking at 2022, 2021, so on and so forth. So I just wanted to show you here. I'll leave it right here so you guys can see what that looks like. So 2022. What are some trends that I'm looking at? Well, first of all, I want to find, this is all sorted by DraftKings points top to bottom. So basically, I want to look in the top 5, 6, maybe even 7 golfers and try to find some kind of trend every single year. So things that I keep track of is the course history. Course history goes back to 2015. So as we get closer to 2015, we have less and less events that I use for course history, but it's a starting point at 2015. So I'm looking here, trying to find, you know, do we see yellow, orange? I mean, these are all color-coded based off of the buckets that they're in. So this yellow bucket, or this yellow color, is bucket 3. Actually, that's changed. That has changed because I don't use the dark green color when it comes to these recent forms. This is actually bucket 2. So it's going to confuse you. We can ignore it. But I know this is bucket 2 for course history. So anyways, I look at this column. I also look at this one, which is last year's results. So this is obviously 2022 UC. These are their results in 2021. I'm also looking at recent form. Like, is it good recent form that appears in the 7K range at the top of the leaderboard? Or is it like middle of the pack recent form? What ends up showing up? You know, we can keep track of the colors. We can keep track of the numbers, whatever you think is possible. What's going on, Jim? I shot a 37. We played 9. I had a double in there on a par 5. Hit the ball pretty far, so I was in the woods twice and was able to salvage out. I made a 10-footer to get a double. Had a putt on the last hole to get back to even par, but I don't know. Just wasn't there for me. I had a bunch of, I should say I had 3 or 4 birdie putts, I think, maybe 5. I made, so I had a bogey, 2 birdies, and a double to get my 37. And then all the rest pars. I'm one of those grinded out par type of golfers. Doesn't matter what course you put me on. Could be really hard, could be really easy. And for whatever reason, par is like the best that I'm going to do, or the worst I'm going to do. Going back to the recent form tabs. So this is 2022. I already kind of looked at this earlier today, and here's what I've been picking up on. You see this right here? You see how there's an empty spot? That's course history. That means they have 0 course history heading into this event and no finish the year before. I usually like to keep track of the top 20s, you know, either in the last year column or the last week. So you can see this is the US Open. This is 2022 again. So here's Nick Hardy with the top 20 the week before. Here is Kevin Kisner, top 20 the year before. This is all the 7K range, just to remind you. And then obviously then we have people with no, or just one person up here with no course history. So it's worth mentioning, because as I go through here, you're going to see a little bit of the same. So here we are in 2021. I'm at the top of the list. Again, it's DraftKings points. It's sorted by DraftKings points. Looking at the first 4, 5, 6, 7 golfers to choose. And trying to find some trend. Well, here's another trend. Guido Migliozzi didn't play the year before and had no course history coming in, but guess what? Had a top 20 finish at the US Open. $7,200. Nick Hardy was $7,100. Again, top 20. Didn't play the year before, has no course history. So there's already 2 years. Here's where it gets weird. 2020, remember, this is coming back from COVID. This is difficult to even mention. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's really all that important. It's a whole different thing. The US Open isn't the week before, and it's just, I think we just ignore it. Just ignore it. Don't think much of it. Let's move on to 2019. I wanted to show you 2020 just so you could see it. 2019. Well, what do we have here? Oh, my bad. Joaquin Niemann. Didn't play the year before. No course history. but also didn't play the US Open. So, okay, the top 20 thing didn't work. But I have Victor Hovland down here. He's the only other guy that would fit this mold who has 0 course history, but a top 20 at the US Open. 54th place, yeah, it's probably not going to be good enough to take down a GPP, but also not terrible. So that's $7,900. You know, played the week before, no course history. But just to look at the top guys here, still, I'm looking at like Joaquin Niemann. Okay, didn't play, and also didn't play the week before. I also have KH Lee here, who has not played, but missed the cut the week before. And Kevin Kisner, that must be the first time he played it for a while, I guess. Because he's a veteran. He's been on the tour for a long time. My data goes back to 2013, so if he played here in 2012, 2011, it's not picking that up. So anyways, I'm kind of still looking at guys who have 0 course history, who played the week before, but I'm looking for top 20s. But now that I can include missed cuts and just did not plays. So then we go to 2018. I don't have anybody at the top here. I guess Tyler Duncan we could talk about. Played the week before. Yeah, that's not terrible. You know, made the cut. JJ Spawn, Denny McCarthy, Keith Mitchell are down here. They made the cut. Nothing really to write home about. And then we got a bunch of these guys down here, which I just don't know if I even include them. Maybe Satoshi would and Doug Gim, I suppose. But yeah, not super great. Missed cuts and, you know, middling results. I don't know. This is the only, year I think it just doesn't work out. But then when I go to 2017, here we have CT Pan, who missed the cut the week before. No course history. But hey, look at that. Xander Schauffele, top 20 finish. No course history. Didn't play the week before. Then we got 2 guys who didn't play the week before with no course history. So they're just small trends that I'm trying to pick up on to, you know, try to anchor my lineups around. By the way, 2016, we don't have salaries, so there's no 7K golfers to even look at. I mean, you could look at the same thing. This was the PGA Championship before. We had some people play like Daniel Berger, who had no course history. Jim Furyk, who probably has course history, but I just doesn't go that far back. Russell Henley the same way. Are they 7K golfers at this time? I don't know. They probably could have been, some of them, maybe a couple of them. Same thing kind of applies in 2015. I don't think Paul Casey would have been a 7K golfer, but maybe Luke Donald at this time would have been. I'm not sure if this is when he was #1 in the world. Could have been, right? Possibly. Tony Finau down here, maybe he would have been a 7K golfer, maybe not. You never know. 25th. So anyways, now that I pump you full of that information, who are guys that fit that mold? Well, first of all, I just go to my course history and I clear everybody and just put the blanks. These are guys who have not played this event yet in the 7K range. Well, we have our top 20 guy with Minwoo. We have guys who didn't play the week before in Dietrich and Aberg. Then we have middling results with Sam Bennett and Eric Cole. And we have a missed cut with Kurt Kitayama. So it's like, hey, this is a small group of golfers that we can, you know, maybe anchor our lineups around. I personally am really liking Minwoo Lee this week based off of these trends, which, you know, we can call trends. They're performance trends because it's based off of performance. Do these matter all that much? And they all have middling results, right? I mean, like the recent form, if you were paying attention to recent form of these top guys, see how it's yellow, like this was yellow, 24.5 with a top 20. Going back to the last one, do we have the same thing? Well, Guido has a really good recent form because he only has one event the week before. We skip 2020, we go to 2019. Here we go, 42.40, 64.20 with a missed cut. 2018, ooh, no one really finished, no one really follows that. Was there a person worth noteworthy? Doesn't look like it. I mean, I guess Duncan, your middling result with the middling recent form. Same kind of goes with McCarthy and Keith Mitchell down here. So then when you go back to 2013, the only person that really matches that would be Sam Bennett, right? 42. Kurt Kitayama doesn't really match it because I'm not looking for a missed cut in the 50th. So I'm almost kind of just removing Kurt Kitayama from my thought process. Duncan, this is the same as Sam Bennett, essentially, just Sam Bennett has a little bit better results. His is in the 40s with a 40th place finish the week before. McCarthy and Mitchell, you know, did not plays with middling, you know, recent form. So it's like, I'm pretty cool. Here's one that doesn't really match, like Xander, but 42.8 isn't terrible. Again, I'm really just digging deep to try to figure out, you know, who I really want to put in my lineups. And I actually don't mind anchoring around some of these 7K guys. I know it sounds weird, but I'm trying to think of like maybe a core 4 to build lineups around, or at least having 2 7K golfers that I just anchor around, you know, all the time in all of my lineups. By the way, I've not built any of my lineups, so I guess the other thing to look at is like top 20 finishes. Like, how many top 20 finishes can we find? How about this? We'll just clear this out and just look at top 20 from the year before and 7K finishes. See how well it does, and then we can kind of make a decision based off of this. We're going to skip 2020. Again, that's COVID. We're just going to skip it. For the guys in the chat, is the music too loud? Let me know. I got a complaint last week that the music was too loud, so let me know. All right, that covers all the top 20s. So we can start here in 2017. Russell Knox, Spencer Levine, and Andres Gonzalez. I love Dre. He's a great commentator, but he's not to the level of performance, you know, like skill level, I guess, that I would, you know, be concerned with. I think I can ignore that easily. Spencer Levine's kind of the same thing, but Russell Knox, yeah, he had won it the year before. Okay, it's noteworthy. 2018, okay, Anirban Lahiri, Danny Lee, both have kind of middling recent form. Kind of looks like, yeah, course history is not really a big thing here. Well, I shouldn't say a big thing here, but like for these guys, because obviously Anirban must have had just 1 year's worth of course history, and Danny Lee might have had 3. Looks like 3 events with course history, so that's still pretty good. We can also see CT Pan down here, who had a top 20 finish with, you know, that was his only finish. Brendan Steele even missed the cut. Okay, so that's noteworthy. 2019, kind of the same thing with Russell Henley down here. So can't get too comfortable with guys who top 20 that are in the 7K range that have good course history. And top 20 the year before we're looking at. Kevin Tway, Brian Harmon. Okay, so look at that. More middling results, recent form in the 50s. But of course, we also have that down here with bad finishes. Did we do that in 2018? Yeah. Okay. 58-52, 48-50. We're skipping 2020. Yeah, it doesn't really work out in 2021. There are no good results. Here are the results for the Travelers here. Really, Brennan Todd and Patton Kazire would be the only guys that really fit in that mold. They did not finish very good. 2022, we have Kisner up there with really bad recent form. Okay, so now, yeah, see, we can't really figure out any good performance trends there. Because then I would just select all of this, and then we're just looking at top 20s from the year before. Do we find anybody that we absolutely like? Was there a 20th place, by the way? No. Keegan Bradley, Harris English, Brian Harmon, KH Lee, and JT Poston. So for what I kind of gather, like KH Lee and Keegan Bradley with having these recent forms seems pretty solid, but also don't, you know, look past these terrible recent forms. Did that go with like good course history? Okay, these went with good course history. Like these guys up here with their bad recent form and good course history. Okay. 2021. Yeah, not so much. I mean, one event, Brendan Steele, bad recent form, good course history. Again, bad recent form with decent course history. Okay, kind of keeping my eye on that. Decent recent form, good course history, but then obviously good course history and not very good recent form. So it's very mix and match. So there's not a clear answer when it comes to this. I guess having one, hold on. Well, Anirban Lahiri had one finish and he played well. What I was going to say is like maybe just having one top 20 and that was your course history is not a good sign. I mean, what is he the only person that had a good result? Yeah. Yep. Okay, so do we have anyone like that? No, we don't. Okay, so that doesn't even matter. What about the year before? Oh, I forgot to update this. This looks weird. Don't mind me. If you were all looking at that like, what? Okay, there you go. It's all been updated. Okay, so, all top 20s, missed cuts, and 60s. Top 20s, missed cuts. Top 20 missed cut. That's 2020. We can ignore that. Yeah, here's a top 20 and a missed cut, so it doesn't really work there. Nobody played. Nobody's playing. Same with 28. Okay, so again, it's mix and match, so there's no clear answers. Top 20 and okay. Well, I feel like I've exhausted all of the possibilities I could think of mix and matching. I mean, I wish I had a website that could just show us what is the most common theme with the 7K golfers that finish inside the top 10. Just to see, does it matter about recent form, course history? I'm kind of trying to eyeball it for you all right now. Which obviously is time intensive and it may not lead to results, so which is kind of what's happening. Which is interesting. Okay, so like I guess if we just look at, you know, top 20s from the year before and mix and match, I almost want to say just selecting one at most. You know, one or two at most would be the best way to go. So if I'm mixing matching Minwoo Lee or say Sam Bennett or any of those other 7K golfers, let's see here. You know, if we do something like this. So like if I'm mixing matching any of these guys to go with, here, I gotta do this. Let's do this and then this there. So yeah, mix and matching these guys to kind of go along with one of these guys. And I mean, I like Minwoo, I like Aberg, I like Dietrich and Bennett. I actually don't mind Cole either, but you know, I'm not positive on it. 2 or 3 7K seems pretty decent, huh? What's going on, everyone? JK Lawrence, Jim, how are you guys doing? JK says, yeah, Minwoo Lee looks good. Jim goes, I have super high exposure to Henley, Cantley, Connors, and Harmon. Hey, man, we kind of already went through some of these. Maybe not so much Henley, but very much Harmon. Ink around Grillo and Pan. It's not a terrible idea. Let's see. Let's see. Can we decipher anything else? Do any of you guys see anything that you're liking from the 7K range based off of the stats leading into it? You know, I guess recent form, if I sort that way. Nick Hardy playing the US Open the week before. Same with KH Lee. Matthew Neesmith, Mackenzie Hughes. So those are all good signs. Cameron Tringali, really the only guy who missed the cut with a top 20 the week before, with good recent form, I should say. Okay. Not okay. Good to know. 2021, if we sort by recent form here as well. Yeah, nothing here. So having the best recent form coming in, being a 7K golfer, not all that indicative to success, it looks like. Hovland with the best recent form coming in, finished okay. It just drops into these 40s, and that's where we're finding a lot of these decent. So like 40 to 50. Is that what you're all seeing too? No, 56, 58. Oh, Guido up here with the best. Okay, recent form. All right, we skipped 2020, 2019. We sort by recent form. Did we already do this? Yeah. Going into the 40s. Interesting. 40 to 50 once again. 40, 50 once again. And obviously we can include like 51.8, 50, you know, we got some other top 10 finishes here, so up to 60. 40 to 50 is kind of a sweet spot. Streelman. Bradley's 58. I'm just grasping at anything I possibly can get. So like that, again, 40 to 50 range. Someone in here, Sam Bennett, maybe. It's 42. Yeah, you know, I don't... So, like Minwoo, has good course or a good recent form. Gosh, I almost want like Keegan Bradley. Keegan seems pretty decent in this range. Basically, I'm looking for good course history with decent recent form, like Kuchar and Rye. I guess even KH Lee wouldn't be terrible. You, JK, you were like, Emiliano Grillo. Yeah, not terrible. I don't know if a missed cut's a good sign. Yeah, I'm not seeing... Okay, so that's just 1 year. Yeah, no missed cut. You know, missed cut from last year, missed cut from last week. 2020, you had it down here. Again, this was COVID year. 2019. Yeah, there's no missed cut there. And again, okay, here we go. Richie Wierenski, 26th place. It's not terrible, but nothing really there either. No missed cut, no missed cut, nope. So I guess that kind of eliminates like a Sepp Straka, which is fine. That eliminates Emiliano Grillo for me. Adam Schenk, believe it or not. Okay, interesting. And Tom Hoagie. I'm cool with that. I don't mind just eliminating those guys from my player pool. And again, this is because they have a missed cut from last year at this event and a missed cut last week. So doesn't look favorable. Everyone else is pretty in play though. I wonder, oh man, Kurt Kitayama. Huh. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of cool with... I think it might be Keegan, right? Keegan, maybe even Patrick Rogers. I'm just staying away from Bo Hosler. I don't like Bo Hosler. Could even go KH Lee. Or maybe I just skip those and I just do Minwoo there and Brian Harmon down here. I like that, like, much better. All right, anyways. What's going on, everyone? MFN? Ahoy, do you like Thigala and Kuchar to have first round lead with 57s? Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd be crazy. Loving Ryan Palmer this week. What? Why? Why Ryan Palmer? Ryan Palmer is kind of... You gotta sell me on Ryan Palmer before I'm not gonna say anything bad about Ryan Palmer. You sell me on Ryan Palmer. I just don't see it. Benan and Seabez. Oh yeah, Seabass is alive for sure. The miscut from last year and the did not play the week before. I think that's actually decent. Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple here. Steel, Long, and Streelman. 2021, don't really have that there. Skip 2020, don't really have it in 2019. Nick Motney in 30th. Don't really have it here. So did not plays, or did not play and play. 50s and did not plays. It's like a lot of the top 20s are just did not play at the US Opens. Hoffman did. Decent result the week before, or the year before and the week before. Egan not so much. Miscut didn't play for Streelman. Didn't play in a miscut. 50s and did not plays. 40 with the miscut. Top 20s and did not plays the week before. $40 and a did not play. I'm seeing that a lot. Did not play, did not play, did not play in a top 20. Did not play for Thigala, but had course history. Top 20 in a miscut. Did not play in the top 20. Didn't play in a miscut. Okay. So Bramlett seems like a decent choice. Having that, I'm just gonna go like this. Go here and then here. So here they got, no, never mind. It would just be Bramlett. He's the only guy that fits that 40 to 16 did not play. Interesting. Everybody else that kind of had a top 20, or not a top 20, who played and had a result, a lot of them played the week before. Missed cuts and did not plays seem to be a good thing. So like CT Pan and your boy Seabaz is there. Brandon Wu and Brendan Todd seem like good plays. I'm staying away from Bo Hauser. Even Steven Yeager seems like a decent play. And then we have our did not plays with top 20s. Ooh, Eckroat actually does. Okay, so I mean, we saw that with, okay, did not play in a top 20. Okay, so there's no course history. Okay. So having a top 20 the week before almost looks like you need 0 course history. Okay, never mind. We have Charlie Hoffman here. Put Xander there. Holy moly. Okay. So like Minwoo would be the only person that actually follows that. But then of course, like, I guess I'm not really, you know, like Eckroat and Henley. I guess if I'm doing Minwoo, I'm not going to have any exposure to Eckroat and Henley. And if I'm building 100 lineups, maybe I do in a couple. Anyways. Joshua Mads, what's happening, man? Im is a sleeper, I think. Im shows up so much in my lineups when I build. McCarthy will be low owned? Question mark. Yes, and I don't like McCarthy this week. I love Denny McCarthy. I mean, like, I targeted McCarthy at the Memorial because of trends like I'm showing you right now. McCarthy doesn't show up in any of these trends, so I don't. That's kind of why I don't want to play McCarthy. Joanne, I agree. Scheffler and Morikawa is a great start. JK says his strokes gain totals up over 7 and he's going in the AM against the easy conditions. We're talking about McCarthy. Yeah. I mean, there's always regression, right? Regress to the mean. Maybe his strokes gain total isn't that great. I don't know. Joanne goes Rye and Hubbard looks good too. Yes, they do. They certainly do. All right. I think we've got enough information, right? I love CT Pan all that much more. I mean, CT Pan has been a favorite of mine for a while, But let's not discount Jaeger, Bez, even Hosler, although I don't want to play Hosler. Wu and Todd, those seem pretty good. Already liking Minwoo Lee quite a bit. I don't mind Eric Cole or Bennett. Like, basically, if I could group these guys up in the optimizer, I'd put Minwoo, Cole, Bennett, Kitayama, Aberg, and Dietrich down here in one group. And I'd only pick one guy from that group and put it in my lineup. Gosh, I wish I had an optimizer that did that. And then in another group, basically I'm going to put these guys right here. All 5 of these guys in a group, and I'm only selecting one of them. And then I'm looking at my top 20s up here, and I'm putting these guys in a group as well and only selecting one of them. The rest of these guys in between, I think would be fine if you wanted to put maybe one of those guys in your lineup. I don't know how you determine who not to put in your lineup. Yeah, I mean, okay, so honestly, if I, had a gun to my head and I had to pick the right combination of 7K guys, I'm probably going Minwoo, CT, Harmon. That's going to be the 3 7K golfers that I'm going to put in my lineups, and I'm just going to anchor around them, knowing that anyone else around these golfers could be the selection. So let's see here. I said I wanted what? Minwoo, Harmon. So Harmon, hold on. Let's go back to here. So I want Harmon, Minwoo. Oh boy, there's Minwoo. We'll put that there. Harmon, I'm gonna put that here. And then we're gonna go with CT Pan. So it's gonna be my kind of core with the 3 there. You'd use like course history as a tiebreaker. Yeah, that makes sense. Chris Snar, what's going on, man? New subscriber. Nice to see you in the chat. What do you think about Fleetwood this week? I love Fleetwood this week. I almost think of Fleetwood right now as a robot. Like we could think of his disappointing finish at the Canadian Open, but I don't think Fleetwood's the type that dwells on that kind of stuff. I mean, unless he's extremely superstitious, which most golfers are. I think Nick Taylor just rolled in a putt. It was almost fate in a sense. And really Fleetwood just kind of laughed it off. And then obviously he was disappointed for not shooting a 62 on Sunday. Big whoop. He still shot 63. He's in good spirits. I don't think there's anything to worry about with Fleetwood, and he's been playing really good. And this is a golf course that suits him. Fleetwood or Fitzpatrick? I think it's like right in the middle. That's a good coin flip. Like, that's a good question, Josh. I don't know. I personally would prefer Fleetwood over Fitzpatrick, but I also would rather the buckets just give me the answer, because I think I know who I want to play up top. Like, I'm pretty sold on Scheffler or Cantlay or Xander. I think I'm probably ignoring McIlroy and Jon Rahm. And again, what I mean by that is they will be in one winner take all to get me all the money back that I put in for entry fees. That's it. That's all that I'm going to put them in there for. Otherwise, I'm going to mostly stay away from them. And I'm really going to hammer down on Scheffler, Xander, and Cantlay. From there, then it's just the 9Ks that fit with them to go along with the 8Ks and the 7Ks. You think Matt Fitzpatrick gonna do good at this course? Yeah, I think this is a course that suits his type of game. So I've got no issue playing like Matt Fitzpatrick at this golf course. Okay, let's build some lineups. I mean, I went through all the 7K range just to try to help you guys maybe find some anchor plays that you might want to play around. If you don't like them, that's fine. But yeah, give me 2 golfers you want to play. How many of you guys already saw the strategy video, by the way? And if you haven't, that's fine. I'm not going to criticize you. But how many people saw the strategy video and are aware of the marquee tee times and are aware of the anchor buckets, like, because I went over those pretty in detail. I'm just going to clear out all these filters because I also want to see the 7K golfers that are the 6K golfers that are at the top of the leaderboard to give us kind of a sense of what is a good 6K play. I'm probably going to be live for another hour and 20 if we have participation. I have to build lineups. So that would get me to 11 o'clock my time. Probably build lineups in like 2 hours and get a decent night's sleep. Yeah, probably won't be on here super late. Okay, so do we see anything with 6Ks? Danny Lee. Okay, Boo Weekly. Simpson, Merritt. Holy moly. Hearn. Wow. That's a whole mixed bag. Just fluctuating recent forms, fluctuating course histories, fluctuating last year finishes, last week finishes. Nothing extremely telling. Yeah, nothing good there. 2018 doesn't look like there's a no 6K golfer inside the top 10. I mean, Chase Seifert maybe because he was a Monday qualifier. Nobody. 2019 Zach Sucher. I think it's Sucher. Maybe it's Sucher. I think it's Sucher. Zach Sucher. 62, 67, 63. That's all that's in the top 10. Nothing that even gives us remotely any idea. Maybe just no course history. I see that twice now. Yikes. 2020 we'll skip. 2021 Hickok. Okay, that doesn't help. Garnett, that also doesn't help. Hosler, Straka. Yikes, those don't help either. It's all over the place with the 6K range, which is exactly what a 6K range is supposed to be, right? Very volatile. Thorbjornsen, no course history, no last year finish. That helps. Chesson Hadley. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, it's all over the place. 6K, can't even figure out anything. Going to play PM AM Wave this week. You know what's weird? If you go back just let's just say the last 30 weeks. Let's just say this whole PGA Tour season. Where you think there'd be a weather wave, there wasn't. Where you wouldn't think there'd be a weather wave, there was. There needs to be more research into this. If you were to look at the Canadian Open, it was the only week where there was actually it wasn't even a weather wave. There was just way more AM golfers at the top of the leaderboard than there were PM golfers. It had nothing to do with weather. There wasn't terrible weather at the Canadian Open. At least I don't remember. Maybe someone can refresh my memory. Was there bad weather at the Canadian Open? You know, that Thursday, Friday? I don't think there was. Like, not wind-wise. I don't think there was wind-wise. Like, you go to 2013, look at all these AMs. Look at all of them. 10 AMs in the top 10. And then a 9, PM over here, 9th place. There really wasn't a weather angle here. And then, the big one that people like to use, the one that, Big T won? The $1 million by using Bryson in 2022. Let me zoom in. So maybe it was 2021. Yeah, 2021 was where it was really windy. So if I go to 2021, and of course you can't really see this, let me just do this. So you can see I'm looking at my 2021 DK page. We look at all of our optimal lineup guys. So I'll just select all of them. Let's see, hold on. Why do I have more than 6? Oh, Sergio could be switched out with Gooch. Gotcha. Let's see here. So I do something like this. So it's these 5 guys. Look at this. AM, 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 PM, PM. Pretty even, right? Then we have Gooch with the PM. So there you go. 3 PMs, 3 AMs. And then Sergio was an AM. So if you didn't go with Gooch, you would add 4 AMs and then all PMs. This was your weather wave. This was the one that Big T won the Millie Maker, and yeah, I just went with the weather wave. Well, it didn't matter. Your optimal lineup golfers were straight down the middle. It was 50-50 AM, PM. So don't get caught up in that. Like, yeah, and Ben Raza, what he won the Byron Nelson a while ago, or whatever it was in Texas, the San Antonio course. I forget which one that was. Valero. So he won what, Valero, when it was like a huge wind weather wave. That just hasn't happened in the last like 5-6 years. It's happened twice. It's happened twice. So again, if you're using your numbers, don't do it. Joanne, that's a great point. Better golfers than the PM. That's what I imagined what the Canadian Open was. I'm looking at all the golfers that are in the morning. You know, Tommy, Tyrrell, Rosie, and McIlroy. Yeah, you had 4 studs in the morning. The other guys, though, there's a question mark there. Why did that many AM golfers finish inside the top 10? And I guess if you want to go down here and kind of just like, you know, really do a deep dive, you had PM, you know, a bunch of PMs right here. So in the top 20, there were 8 PM. Okay, so there's going to be 8 PM golfers and then 16 AM golfers. I think the whole weather wave stuff is a bit it's a bit inflated, the importance of it. There is some, like, if you can find the time where there's going to be a huge, you know, like gust of wind that just rolls in and just completely screws one wave over the other, that's when you use it. But if we're talking about like 20 miles an hour, like I haven't seen anything over, I mean, it's all 20-mile-an-hour gusts. I don't see anything crazy. Like, there's nothing that goes from like 10-mile-an-hour average winds to 20-mile-an-hour average winds with like 40-mile-an-hour gusts. Like, it's pretty even keel most of Thursday, and then what, Friday morning is the only time where it's like dead still. Sweet. That's fine, but weather can also change really fast, and 12 miles an hour wind isn't gonna, literally, it's not going to affect that many people. It won't. But of course, if you've got your own angles this week, then you take them. Don't let me talk you down from them. You do you. Okay, let's build some lineups. Really couldn't figure out any 6K golfers to really build around, but we have our 7K golfers that we want. Perfect, Joanne. Perfect. Anybody have any combos? And by the way, if you want to use the optimizer while I'm going through this, I can send it to you. I have my email up, taking a look at it, and I will send it to you if you do not have it already. And if you have questions, please let me know. Leave them in the chat, and I will send you, or we'll talk it through. I think, like I said, okay, what was I doing? I was building some lineups for the Fantasy Golf Pod, and I started with Cantlay and Tom Kim. I think there was a third one in there. Who was it? CT Pan, of course. And I was building some really juicy lineups. Actually, I think it was doing this in the strategy. Yeah, I was doing this in the strategy video. Yeah. So how about this? We'll go with the 3 guys that I just already mentioned. Armin, Minwoo. And by the way, those people that have the optimizer, I bumped up Minwoo's score by 200 points. So he went from 789 to 989. Just not going to have a lot of data. Like, there's not going to be a lot of data in there for him. So be cognizant of that. I also did the same thing for Sam Bennett. So I bumped his score up 200 points as well. So his was, I think, 685. I bumped him up to 885. He's just getting he's getting hurt because he's a rookie, but he's been playing really good golf. And while I'm down here, who's CT Pan. CT Pan. All right, Joanne. Absolutely, I love Scheffler Morikawa. Hey, guess what? This is destiny, Joanne. Scotty and Morikawa, I didn't even have to select them. But with Minwoo, Harman, and CT Pan, boom, we got it. We gotta include Buckley, which I don't really so much care for. So how about this? I'm gonna go back down to Buckley. Actually, I'm just gonna boost up CT Pan score by 50 points. Just so it knocks out Hayden Buckley. Let's see what the next one is. This could be the actual, that might be fate. Rahm and Cantlay to go with Min. Oh my God. I love that lineup. Sign me up. 2 10K golfers? That's insane. I like that. I'm going to try a couple more, Joanne, and I'm going to see if Scotty and Morikawa show up. Ooh, Vincent Norman. I like this one too. All right, I'll do one more my way, and then I'm gonna lock in Scotty and Morikawa. Hopefully, those guys can pair up well with the 3 that I locked in. There we go, Scotty and Morikawa once again. This one's going with Pendrith. Love that. All right, so I'm gonna lock in Scotty, and I'm gonna lock in Morikawa, and we're gonna see all the different type of lineups that go with Minwoo, Harman, and CT Pan. Joel Damon, I don't necessarily care for Damon, but this, yeah, no, never mind. Not gonna play Damon. Oh, and then it breaks. That's unfortunate. So we can only do so many with Minwoo, Harman, and CT Pan. Bummer. Maybe I do this. Hold on. Time out. Maybe we can still make it work out. I had a rule in there that I didn't need. There we go. Now we get JT Poston in there to go with Scheffler and Morikawa. I had locked in I wanted a 6K golfer to be chosen, and we don't have to. So that looks like $7,100 is all that we really can afford. But there are so many in the 7K and 7,100. I mean, like, we could do D-Tree, right? Let's double check. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. And then it breaks. Okay, so can't do the Minwoo, Harman, CT Pan. I could always mix in those guys just a little bit here and there just to see how well it works, but... All right, Joanne, let me build you like 5 to 10. Anyone else looking for some lineup combos? By the way, how was Degenerate 75's podcast? I know, Joanne, you and Shot Like Harden usually sit in there and watch it. Hey, I don't mind a lineup like this. Scotty, Colin, Scotty once again, Adam Scott. My boy CT Pan, because we give him a 50-point boost. God, that's such a good combo, Joanne. I really like Scheffler and Morikawa. Look at that. Keegan shows up in this one. D-Tree, like I was talking about. Stallings, that's fine. Hey, I don't mind putting Stallings in my lineup. Who was the one guy that Degenerate 75 did not want to play this week? And then who was the one guy he did? kind of catch it here and there, but I didn't have time today. Let's go ahead. This is another good lineup. I like Putnam this week. Dietrich, I don't mind, and JT Poston, less than driver golf course. Poston's pretty, I mean, he's been kind of struggling with this putter. Like, if you just watch him putt, hasn't really been on top of his game, but I think this is a good course for him. Ooh, Ben Griffin. So normally I'd like Ben Griffin on Bermuda tracks. I could make an exception for, okay, so he's in the 6K range, and for good reason. I don't mind playing him once, and the lineup that's on here right now, that's totally fine. Dude, I really like this start, Joanne. Going Scheffler and Morikawa. I kind of already was thinking it, but how well this is working, super good. Oh, he is playing, he really? So why is he playing Morikawa? With like, Morikawa's got to be a chalk donkey, right? Isn't it? What was his chalk on Morikawa? Mora flower. Hey Jay Stamps, nice to see you in here. I have not seen your name. I don't remember seeing your name, at least. If you're new, welcome, man. I like to play. Or I like to build lineups for people. Give me 2 golfers and we let the bucket system do it. Most of us, we're not copying these. Some of us are copying these lineups down, but most of us are not. At least, I guess, maybe I can ask chat if you're copying any of these lineups down. I can't speak for you. I just figured maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Also need to cover my tail too. I don't want to get in trouble for telling you to save any of these lineups and put them wherever. Do we think Sam Ryder comes back? Do we think he's going to come to form like he did at the Farmers Insurance Open and as well as the Waste Management? Okay. 15%, huh? Interesting. I just feel like you had the Pat Mayos of the world talking about Morikawa. You had Rick Gaiman talking about Morikawa in a positive light, not in a negative light. You would assume those are needle pushers. Bob Shelton. Do we play Bob Shelton? Jay Stamps, do you put your stuff to public? I always like anyone. So here, I'll share something with you guys. I usually keep this all like subscribed. I usually keep these unread while I put your name, you know, like right over there. I think Jonathan might have been there for a while. I probably need to change him. But if yours is public, I could see it. And it doesn't look like I have a J Stamps in here. But hey man, I appreciate the hell out of it if you do subscribe. I like to reward those people, you know, that come to my channel, give me a look. You know, I want to celebrate all of you guys, like the top commenter, like, you know, I want to okay, interesting why I didn't have your name on there, unless it you know, you changed it or something, because like the RBC Heritage you said, and by the way, I'm not probing to be like, you know, to be snarky or anything like that. I keep this wide open so I can, again, you know, like showcase the people who are new subscribers and stuff like that. Anyways, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, subscribing is one of those easy things, but then some people get annoyed, you know, like, ugh, this stuff keeps showing up on my feed, and it's like, you could just turn the bell notification off and you don't need to see notifications, or you could also hide that stuff, you know. So, you know, I appreciate it. Plus, with the YouTube algorithm and everything on YouTube, it's like, I have to get to 1,000 subscribers before I can even like monetize this as like a hobby, you know, where it's maybe I throw an ad in the beginning of the video or put it towards the end or whatever, you know. Just a little 5-second something so I can get like 2 cents from you guys, you know, like Chad Eckert showed me like, you know, what he gets from some of his videos, and it's like in a month he might get $40 from ad revenue, and it's like $40 is better than nothing, you know. Anyways, that's my little violin. Let's see here. Pretty much played DFS in every golf tournament for the last 3 years. That's awesome, dude. You don't have to share this if you don't want to. What type of contest do you play in? Personally, I'm a quarter to $1. I'll put some lineups in $5 and that's it. I don't really go over $5 unless there's a league lineup that's like worth 10 or a milli maker. Like I never really try to put too much money into it. Do we like Davis Thompson this week? He seems like a little southern boy that likes Bermuda golf courses. Is Davis Thompson any good? Oh, I'm on the Canadian Open. Like, what the heck is... Why am I looking at Canadian Open? 2023 going down to 6,500. Where are we at, Davis? There we are. 85th in the model. That's a good sign. Definitely a Georgia boy. Ooh, Bentgrass stat. Ooh, and Pete die. Wow, look at this little diamond in the rough. Interesting. 22% clip of finding the top 10 on bentgrass golf courses. Has played 9 events, but not a super great average finishing position. Same goes with Pete Dye, but a 25% clip. 4 events, so 1 event he finished inside the top 10. And guess what? I bet you those were the same course. That was probably PGA West. That's definitely the Pete Dye golf course, where he finished, what, 2nd to John Rahm. So maybe we kind of ignore that to some extent, but still I guess it's fine, right? 6K golfers, you can't care about the 6K. Never fall in love with a 6K golfer, but also never disrespect a 6K golfer. So here we are. We're not disrespecting a 6K golfer. We're selecting Davis Thompson for one of our lineups. Okay. Jay Stamps goes, do you truly want to know what's funny? I was playing 25 cents the first 2 years and won first in multiple tournaments. And after my friends convinced me to play in big money, like the $24, I haven't won since big. Talladega, Alabama, but I stay in Dallas, Texas now. Robotics engineer, and oh, engineer, huh? Buzzballs? I don't think I've ever heard that. Is that like a little Texas thing? I'm gonna have to look this up. Buzzballs flavors. That is so weird. What is this? This looks so interesting. Cocktails. It's so cool. I've never heard of this before. Has anyone else heard of Buzzballs? Is this like a southern thing? This is so weird. Like, hold on. I'll promote it. This is fine. Look at this. This is where you work? This is so, I mean, it's so odd. It's kind of an interesting way of doing it. Look at all of this. What the hell? Does it just fit in a can? Is that what it is? I mean, like a glass? Like a... All right, enough of that. That is so interesting. Hey Jay, I like Cantlay as well. I'm building lineups for Joanne and I got sidetracked as well. Sorry, Joanne. Let me add Hubbard to your mix because I saw you said you like him. Scott Piercy, what's his nickname? QAnon Piercy. Hey dude, this is about the time of the year that Piercy turns it on. Watch him out, or watch out at 3M Open. Oh, very cool, Jay. I know I said never disrespect a 6K golfer, but I just can't get behind Jimmy Walker. I think his year is up. I think, well, I shouldn't say his year is up. I just don't think he gonna have anything. But, oh, by the way, Francesco, I will do. I just don't like, okay, Harmon and Cage Lee showing up a little too much for me. So I'm actually gonna kick out the Korean Cowboy. And then I also kind of want to include some of these other guys down here. So the guy that just got kicked out was who? Francesco's, that's actually, no, I want to bring him back. Who was the other guy? It was Jimmy Walker, but that's fine. I'm gonna leave Walker as a no. The return of Scott Stallings, yeah, dude. J.K. Lawrence, are you behind? Like super far behind? Hit that live button. Get caught up. I like Adam Scott too. I think we just saw this one. Did I already lock out the Korean Cowboy? I sure hope I did. Did, yep. Hubbard was one of DGen's picks. He doesn't like why doesn't he like Siwoo? Oh, Donkey Chonk? Okay. I mean, okay. I like this lineup here. This is a good lineup. I didn't really get to watch much of Adam Scott play the US Open. He was just making like bogey after bogey after bogey, and it's like, how? Why? What was the cause? Here we go. Here's a Hubbard line and a Tom Kim lineup. Putnam, Poston. Yeah, okay. I like this one. All right, Joanne. Let me lock in Hubbard, and I'll build 3 more lineups, and then anybody else who wants me to build some lineups, give me like 2 to 4 golfers you want me to build lineups around. So Hubbard, we're gonna go ahead and put yes. Who do we have in this? JT Poston. Let's go ahead and kick him out. We're seeing too much Poston. Steven Yeager. Yeah, Steven, you know what? Like, I've seen some other people like Steven Yeager. I feel like Steven Yeager is like the trendy cool pick of the week. Like, no one else is gonna be on like Steven Yeager. Just my take, which he'll be what, less than 10% owned. He'll probably finish 40th place. It's not a bad pick. He'll make the cut. He's just not gonna win you a GPP. Ooh, I don't know about Jason Day. How are we feeling about Jason Day? I don't mind this. I'm not going to save it. Can I get a scheduler Scott Eckroat? The schedulers, is that what is that? Autocorrect? Is that supposed to be Scheffler, Scott, and Eckroat? Awesome, Chris. Chris, did you mess around with it at all? Like, did you change? Like, you have the freedom to change your exposures. You have the freedom to change your metric. Or did you just, like, did you lock anybody in? I need to know. See Jason another day. Oh, is that what DGen said? All right. This lineup's okay. I know DGen doesn't like Patrick Rogers. I don't think Patrick Rogers is a loser, though. It's a bit harsh by the DGen. Okay. You any love? Absolutely, Andy. Kevin, you? I mean, in the preview video, so I did my preview video without watching any content, and I saw Kevin Yu's name right away, and I was like, I have to. I mean, Kevin Yu is a very talented golfer. I'd put Kevin Yu up there with like Sam Bennett when it comes to, you know, potential talent. Same goes with Aberg. Dude, Aberg's golf swing is so close to textbook, and he's like, I kind of have a bias with tall people. Aberg's what, 6'3"? Is he 6'5"? I gotta look. When you're that tall and you have a good swing like that, same goes with like Cam Smith. You're kind of already ahead of the game because you're gonna have all that leverage that comes with swinging the club. Ludwig bio 6'3", yeah, absolutely. Guy, and he's 190 pounds. Yeah, I think that guy, that's what your modern golfer is gonna look like. Never disrespect a 6K golfer, but Paul Haley deserves no respect. Actually, I don't. He does, but I'm not playing him. We're also not going to play Tyson Alexander. Haven't seen that guy anywhere in forever. Troy Merritt, there's Sung Jae up there. Okay, so something like this, having two 6K golfers, I think that's okay. Troy Merritt, man. Anybody remember AT&T Pebble Beach broke him when it got really windy that first day? He made a 10 on hole 18, never recovered. He's never recovered since that. He was playing pretty good leading up to it. All right, Sia Najad's favorite, Ryan Moore. Yeah, absolutely. I'm saving this. This is probably the best 2 6K lineup that I've seen in a while. All right, we're done with that. Got to build more lineups. Alrighty, I gotta check. Let's see here. So, okay, Chris says I modified. That's good. Didn't lock anybody, but I locked out some. That's also good. Yeah, absolutely, man. There has to be some modification. Has to be. Because my metrics aren't perfect. And if they don't meet what you think they should be, you should change those. And also with the buckets, if, you know, you disagreed with any of them, by all means, I think you should change the mins to zeros. Probably don't really mess around with the maxes because you want to keep the maxes pretty much where they are. But yeah. Jay, so I did like a whole 7K, like a deep dive into the 7K. I went through all the performance trends that I possibly could find when it came to the 7K range, and unfortunately Adam Schenk is in the worst performance trends. Now, does that really have that much gravity when it comes to someone's performance? No, but I like to use the numbers. I like to play the numbers, and since we didn't really see anyone with Schenk's kind of statistical breakdown inside the top 10 over the last 6 years, I think I can just say no to Schenk. I like him. Like, in the last few tournaments I've played him because it's like the guy's really talented, but at this event, just from performance trends, it doesn't seem like the type of golfer Adam Schenk is going to do well here. Could be wrong, obviously. Could be wrong. Alrighty. So I need to find where we are when it comes to building lineups. Let me move this over here so I'm not staring way over there. Trying to find where the next one, like the next lineups are, right? Is it the Scheffler and was it you, Jay? Let me know if anyone picked golfers before this. I'm gonna pin this message at the top. Let me know if there's any lineups before this. Just let me know. Anyways, we're going with Scheffler, Scott, and Eckroat, which I like. Those are great plays to anchor around. So Scheffler, Scott, and Eckroat. Austin Eckroat is how? There he is. Found him. Yes, Jim. Let's cash a comma. That'd be awesome. Okay. Scheffler, Im, Thigala, Scott, Eckroat, Stallings. How are we feeling about this, Jay? I don't mind. I don't mind this. By the way, Straka in the same performance trends, the bad performance trends that Shank is in. So if you like both of them, I'd advise not playing both of them in a lineup. Choose one or the other. But they're in the bad performance trends. I mentioned this earlier on in the video, so you could always rewind and check it out. But yeah, I mentioned Shank, and like 2 seconds later, I mentioned Straka being in not very good performance trend buckets. All right, so Scheffler, Im, Thigala, Scott, Eckroat, Stallings. I do like that one. I'm gonna save it. Dude, Scheffler has to be like, a lot of people kind of joke about him having, you know, better trends than Tiger did and stuff like that. The guy is automatic, and it doesn't even look like he's playing his best golf, and he's still finishing top 3, top 4, top 5s. It's insane. Here we go. We got a 10-9 and 4 7s. I don't mind this. Eckroat being the low one. Jay, out of this lineup, it looks like Eckroat is the low one. We'll keep him locked in, but you need to let me know out of Fleetwood, Putnam, and Poston who you want kicked out. All right, Chris, thank you for stopping in and checking out the optimizer. I hope, you know, you kill it. I hope you found some good lineups. And you know, I update this optimizer every single week. So if you are interested in keeping or continuing on using it, just reach out and ask for the new optimizer every week. You can always mess around with it too. You can change it up however you see fit. Sometimes I like to see, you know, post round or post tournament, how well, you know, could I have gotten to a lineup, and then, you know, go from there basically. No Putnam. Okay. My scroll doesn't really work that well, which is annoying. So I use the little tab thing. Absolutely, Chris. Thank you. All right, here's another one. You're gonna have to determine which one to kick out. Yeah, I'm not gonna bump up Eckroat that much because I don't want to. Oh, you mean Poston? Okay. Guy doesn't know how to spell. Jeez. Poston. Kind of the same. Now we actually have a Henley in there. And I wish I would have seen that without KH Lee. Switch. Okay. Probably get a little bit, we'll get another 9K golfer in there for sure. Most likely. Cantlay, Kim, Scott, Kuchar. I like that lineup a lot. That's a good lineup. Cantlay, Sung. So it looks like it's Cantlay, Sungjae, and Siwoo to go with Scott, Kuchar, Eckroat. Do you want me to lock out Siwoo or Sungjae by chance, or even Kuchar? Because that's showing up a lot. Let me know. I need to actually look at DraftKings and see. By the way, Rainmakers, learned something new. If you all are interested. Kucher? Yeah, you got it. Hey, JK, I think I just... did I create a Scotty and Scheffler lineup on stream? I can't remember. Yeah, let's see here. I did not, but I have some ROM Cantlays that I kind of like. And Xander Cantlay as well. To go with Siwoo and Minwoo. We'll have to see if some Scotty Cantlay lineups would actually work out. I like this lineup a lot. Cantlay, Im, Kim, Scott, Davis, Eckroat. I'm not gonna sleep on Cam Davis. There does seem to be something happening in his game there's just something wrong. I don't know what it could be. Doesn't feel very confident, but I like it. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to let me know which one to kick out here. Sungjae is gonna show up a lot, by the way. Sungjae shows up with Cantlay. I was building lineups earlier. He does show up a lot. If you do like Sungjae, then all the better. If you don't, we need to move him out. Just let the people know I'm pretty done making lineups unless something really cages my mind. I have one left to draft. Oh, geez. You want to switch Sungjae just to try something different? It's up to you. I have no issue. By the way, there's a 10-second delay, so I apologize for the asking a question and waiting type of thing. I don't mind Sungjae at all. I probably would... Yeah, let's kick out Sungjae just to try something different. That's fine. You can let me know otherwise, if you do want to use them. There we go. There's our Xander Cantlay. You kick out Sungjae and we get two 10K golfers to go with the 6K. It's pretty interesting. I'm not going to save that one, but I like it. I don't like Harry Hall. I don't want to use Harry Hall this week. I don't mind this one, but I also don't want to use Hayden Buckley. Again, don't fall in love with the 6K golfer, but also don't disrespect one either. Cantlay, Finau, Adam Scott, Benny Ann, Shamo, and Eckroat. Yeah, that's a decent one. I'm not going to play a lot of Finau this week. There's nothing screams like I don't think that putting stroke is solid. By the way, Jay, do you want me to cut anyone out here? But going back to Finau, that putting stroke, sure, it's won him a golf tournament on slow greens. On fast greens, I just don't see how it works that well. And I don't think... Are these greens slow or fast? Don't remember. Did they give us a stimp? They did not. Okay. No stimp. I imagine these are fairly quick, though. They're not going to be slow, which means I don't care for Finau on these greens. Yeah, nothing is just coming off with Finau. Not just a fan for him right now. Okay, we can kick him out. Eckroat. Okay, I think we saw this one not too long ago. I don't mind it. For no real reason other than a superstition, I don't like price tags together. Like $270, $300 golfers, I just don't like it, but it's a superstition thing. Got to get over it. I'm just going to remove KH Lee. Because I like Henley and I like Scott. Putting those guys together, I think, is actually pretty decent. So we'll see if we can get more lineups with them together. 2 10K golfers once again. Xander and Cantlay. Scott, Power, Eckroat, Pendrith. Not that, I mean, I don't know. All right, so this is interesting. Because this has Scott and Henley in it. To go with Tom Kim and Jason Day. I like it outside of Jason Day. 84. Crazy that it couldn't go up or down. I'm going to save it just because. It's not terrible. It scares the hell out of me because Jason Day is on it. But I'm going to remove Jason Day. We might get something completely different. We might even break it. I kind of echo that sentiment, Jay. I also don't really feel that confident about Xander this week either. But at the same, okay. If a 9K or an 8K golfer wins this tournament, I think it's going to be fine having Xander in your lineup. Because I could see Xander finishing top 10 pretty easily, maybe even top 20. It's not going to hurt you that much. He's going to give you some salary relief. But outside of that, if we want Xander to win this event, that's not something I'm digging. Scott, Eckroat, Putnam, Spawn, don't really care for that one. I didn't even see what the win probabilities were with Data Golf. Oh my God. Scheffler is at 14.8 and then it's Cantlay at 8. It's insane. I tend to use this a lot when building lineups. Because it's like, okay, Scotty at 14.8. I know you guys can't really see that well, and I can't use my scroll to zoom in. How about this? Okay, you can do it this way. 14.8%. So basically what I look at is, okay, so can I pair Cantlay and Rahm together? That's not very salary saving. None of these guys would be. If you put them together, it means you need Rahm and Cantlay together to match Scotty Scheffler. Why don't I just start with Scotty Scheffler, right? It's crazy. Crazy. Let me do that again. I kind of want to zoom out. I don't want it to be saved. I got those young eyes. I like to, you know, have sharp point fonts. Let's see here. Okay, I think Stochastic said the same thing about Xander. Sure. It seems pretty relevant, right? Alrighty. Jay, I just saw you wrote, we made chili mango Sunday morning. Man, was it strong. That sounds interesting. I'm not sure. It sounds interesting. JK actually says, I think Cantlay or Scheffler wins. Those were your highest win percentages. Oh, why doesn't it show where? Okay. Did we have other lineups? My chat just scrolled on me. JK says, I like Scheffler and Cantlay together. Okay, we could probably do that. Jay, I know you said Scheffler, Scott, and Eckroat. But where in the heck were the other ones? Okay, I found it. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's it. There wasn't anything else. We can do Scheffler and Cantlay. I'll build you some more lineups, Jay, but Scheffler and Cantlay seems to be the next one. What will be funny is if we mess around and it's not Cantlay or Scotty and Rahm comes out. Yeah, Rahm could come out on top. Like, the guy he's won 4 times this year. So why can't it be Rahm? I would rather put Rom in a winner take all. This lineup right here is super sexy. I don't care for Sheamus that much, but I do like adding Kevin. If I could sprinkle Kevin Streelman in my lineups here and there, sign me up. I like that. So let's see here. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm actually gonna bring back or have not lock out Kevin Streelman. I'm gonna lock out Sheamus. I don't want to see Sheamus. Sheamus really hasn't done anything as of late either. That's the thing. Like, when he won his event in the fall, he was trending towards that win. It didn't just come out of nowhere. So I kind of feel the same way about his game now. I don't care to play Shamo. Shoffley, Cantlay, Scott, Davis, Eckroat, Streelman. So Streelman comes up again, and we get Davis in there, which is solid. Yeah, I'm cool with that. This one, I like this Streelman lineup a little bit better than the last one. But I'm going to put them right next to each other. Yeah, the only difference was Sheamus. So that's kind of like your cascading method, right? When building lineups. That's why I think Rom is literally chilling and just randomly going out and kills it whenever he wants. Guy's just good. Yeah, I agree. What's weird is like, he doesn't seem as sharp. Like he hasn't been as sharp as he typically is. So like, you know, watching him at the US Open, hitting a shot and then, you know, kind of doing the John Rahm thing. It's like, well, where'd that come from? Why? You know, like it's golf, obviously. JK, are you talking about like camera filters or what? Filters for... Could be filters on the spreadsheet, could be filters on the optimizer, could be filters on the camera, could be filters on my sound, audio. What filters are you talking about? Matthew Neesmith, by the way, I do not mind him. He's finished top 10 here before. I guess which filters? I'm not sure which ones on the optimizer have been switched. Okay, cool. Glad to receive a little validation. Yeah, and I don't know what it is. Like, if there's talk about him going to live, which, you know, a lot of this is just hearsay. But what if it's true? Then wouldn't Rahm just be... I mean, he'd want to win a US Open. He's not just going to show up to US Open and not try. But if some of these events that he hasn't been as sharp in, he's just like, whatever. I'm just going to show up. I already know what I got in the bag. You know, kind of like what like Brooks did and, you know, all those other guys did. I remember how you stopped Proton from coming up. Oh, Poston. Oh, sure. Yeah, we've been locking people out, locking in people. We're on new filters. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. We're doing Cantlay, Scott, and Eckroat. Oh, I'm not the one that yours is pinned. I haven't started those ones yet. I just put those up there for the time being. I like this lineup, dude. Jay, this is pretty cool, man. Cantlay, Fleetwood, Scott, Connors. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. All right, I'm gonna kick out Cam Davis. God, I wish I would have picked Ludwig. It'd be great. What's going on with Bryson? His back hurt? I don't know. I didn't really hear anything after the US Open. He was playing pretty good for a while there. I like that lineup right there. Adam Scott, Corey Connors, Eckroat, and Putnam. Yep. Sign me up. Fleetwood and Cantlay. I like that. Morikawa, Scheffler, Fleetwood, Cantlay. I'm liking these 10K, 9K combos. Oh, same thing. Okay, who do I gotta kick out? Putnam, right? Hey, JK, by the way, I haven't put your lineups, or I haven't put your combo up there yet. But look at this. This is the second time this has happened tonight, where I've talked about someone else's combos. Like, hey, I haven't put your combos in yet. You know, I'm currently working on these right now. And boom, it shows up. Your combo of Scheffler and Cantlay together. Scott, Eckroat, Todd, and Kevin Kisner. I don't know about Kevin Kisner. I'm just talking about the fact that your combo just showed up without me even having to put it in. I'm gonna go ahead and hit optimize. You're sleeping on Cam Davis? No. I'm just going to limit my exposure to Cam Davis. I don't want to continue, you know, building Cam Davis lineups for him to, you know, rip out my soul when it comes to watching DFS or watching the tournaments throughout the week. He's one of those that already has ripped out my soul. So I don't want to have to deal with that again. This one's fine. Hoagie's in one of those buckets that I don't want. So I'm going to kick out Tom Hoagie. Although I guess if I need a lineup to have Hoagie in it, this is a fine one. This is fine. I'm not going to play Tom Hoagie. This is going to be my only lineup that I'll have of Tom Hoagie. By the way, I need to build like 200 lineups by the end of the night. So this is kind of why I'm saving a bunch of them, because I'm whatever. Got my thoughts. All right, two more. Reevy shows up. Yep, this is a good one. And one more. Nope, we don't want Ben Griffin. One more. Who liked Ryan Palmer earlier? Was that you, JK? Were you saying you liked Ryan Palmer? I can't. Ugh. Oh, gross. All right, I'm saving it, but I'm still building one more lineup because I think this. I can't do Ryan Palmer. Is this 20 lineups? Do I have 20? 14. Okay. I was hoping that's 20. I can just put that in one of my contests. Okay, there's a good one. This is a good one to end on because I don't mind taking a chance on Xander or Sam Ryder. Same person, right? Xander, Sam Ryder. It sounds exactly the same. They also look a lot alike, and I'm just kidding. Okay, so we'll cut this out. Thank you, Jay, for your lineups or your combos. Now we go right into Scheffler and Cantlay. The first lineup to go with Scheffler Cantlay includes Scott Stallings and Mark Hubbard. Scott and Grillo. Yep, those are good. I like those. This could be a 10K in the top 10 kind of week. I don't mind it. Harry Hall. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Bob Shelton. I gotta look at Bob. What is Bob? Shelton. Where are we at? 6,400. Bob. There you are. 74th. Okay. Bent grass. Okay. 10% of finishing inside the top 10. 29 rounds. It's not terrible. Not super good course history. Not super great on Pete Dye golf course. Okay, I think we skip Bob Shelton. Texas boy, I believe, or Oklahoma boy? I don't remember. Piercy's fine. We already have a Piercy lineup. I do like Molinari, but now we got Scott, Putnam, Postum that are just showing up all the time. So I'll save this one because I don't mind it, but probably not gonna stick with someone like, I don't want those three together. Scott, Putnam, and Poston. Who do we cut? Poston? JK? What happens if you lock Ryan Palmer in with those guys? Oh, dear Lord. Eesh. Can't believe I'm going to do that. Ryan Palmer. You can't fall in love with the 7 or a 6K golfer. JK, we can't. Can't fall in love with the 6K golfer. You just can't. That's the rules, dude. That's the rules. Cut Scott? Oof. Well, here's the first lineup with Ryan Palmer. Mark Hubbard shows up, but we'll cut out Scott. Jay Stamps goes Tom Kim or Siwoo Kim. Yes. The answer is yes. Because I like them both. And I would play, I'd put them both together. Maybe I wouldn't put them both together, but it could work. This lineup's okay, but I don't like Hoagie. Oh, Scott Stallings. Okay. We'll bring back Adam Scott. You gotta be more... Oh yeah, you're welcome, dude. I was gonna say, you gotta be more specific. I don't know which Scott you're talking about. Let's cut out Poston. Do you like Poston? Maybe I'll keep Poston. I'll cut out Hubbard. I mean, that's not a terrible lineup. Which one do you want, Poston or Hubbard? I'll wait, because no sense in me going backwards. I'm just giving you crap, my dude. Hey, by the way, JK, your email about the golf swing, I was just giving a lesson to someone who has the same thing. He spent most of the winter power training, or speed training, I should say, trying to kind of do the Bryson thing. Got his ball speed up to close to 200, not above 200. It was definitely above 180. But we went to the driving range and we were working on his golf swing, and he had this really long swing, like the club was pointing down like this. And he goes, yeah, man, I'm just not that consistent. Like, I just want to be able to hit a ball and know where it's going. It's like, okay, well, let's shorten your golf swing. The first thing to do is shorten your golf swing. And I told him, like, all right, swing to 75%. He would go back to about here. So the club was like this, still past parallel. Remember, it was like this, where it was like this, you know, pointing down this way. He got it to here. And I told him, I'm like, that's still past parallel. You got to get it, you know, like maybe swing 50%. So then he started to swing and he got it to about like, yeah, you're not going to be able to tell, but like to here, where it was parallel, that was 50% for him. So you were talking about how you kind of had those issues, like, man, it doesn't feel like a full swing. You got to train it out of your body. Because if you're swinging the correct way, you're going to go like this. Like, you're going to turn to the right and you're going to get to here. If you swing to here, you can only bring the club to here. What you end up doing to get past parallel is you cheat, and you see how I go this way with my body. You want to avoid that. So you want to be able to turn this way, and at least your spine angle should be pointed like this. To never curve this way. So it's always, you want to go here maybe like this. You never want to go like this. And if I keep my hands in the same spot, like if I turn this way, keep my hands here. If I go like this, you see how my hands now come up top? So that's probably all that you're doing in your golf swing. Just try to keep your turn limited, or not so much limited, but you don't want to reverse pivot is what that's called. Anyways. Let's see here. So you said no to Poston. That's fine. We can... Let's cut Poston out. I'll do one more. We'll do a couple more. Jay goes Fleetwood, Cantley, Fowler? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. Scheffler, Cantley, Scott, CT Pan. Sign me up. Sign me up. Anytime that CT Pan just normally shows up, yep. I want all the CT Pan. Give me all of it. Let's cut out Buckley. Yeah. Yes. Or the K-bomb, as some people like to call it. That's the me in my golf. That's their phrase, is the K-bomb. I think the K-bomb's just fine. I'm going to cut out Ben Griffin, 65. Jay Stamps, I'll get to your lineup, by the way. I don't know if I acknowledged it or not, but I'll get there. Absolutely, dude. I love talking all things golf. Grillo. And Ryder. Yeah, I don't know about Ryder. That's too much Ryder in my life. This actually would be the week to do the woo-woo thing. The woo-woo-woo. And put Ryder in there with it. Without a Zach, though. We don't need a Zach. Scheffler, Cantley, Scott, Grillo, Palmer, Damon. Yeah, I don't want that much Grillo, if I'm being honest. Grillo's in one of those buckets that I don't want to play. And I don't want to play Hoagie. This one's good enough. This one's good enough for me to say. Okay. All right, JK. That will be that. That's yeah, those are good. Alrighty, so Mr. Stamps, Fleetwood, Cantley, and Fowler. Oof. Fowler. Fleetwood and Cantley. Let's see if it works. It does. Scott Stallings is the first one to be included with Beau Hosler and Adam Scott. This is going to be the only Beau Hosler lineup I'm going to have, so I'm going to save it because I can't stand Beau Hosler. I can't. Beau Hosler. There's my 20 lineups. Okay, that will go in somewhere. Buckley and Hall, nah. There's Adam Scott just holding his own, by the way. He's such a good value that the optimizer's like, we have to put Scott in the lineup. It has to happen. He's the best value on the board. Until he's not. Kuchar, Post, and Buckley. Scott, Streelman, Pendrith. Yeah, I'll do this one. This one's a good one. I'd save this one. Who's all in the chat, by the way? Who's lurking and not talking? Just say hi. I want to see. Got some lurkers. Cantley, Fleetwood, Fowler, Scott, Putnam, Kramer, Hickok. This is the event that he was in a playoff against Harris English, right? There it is, right here. Sure was. Okay. I guess I could put some Hickok in my life. That sounds so weird. That sounds so weird. Oh my god. Joshua Mann's lurking. Lurking while working. Seabez. Look at this combo, including Adam Scott. Man, I don't have a lot of Seabez in my life, so this is fine. Yeah, I suppose. I certainly could. Fair enough, JK. Marty Doe. Hey, don't mind Marty Doe. It's a good lineup. That is a good lineup. Marty Doe. I'm gonna do this little number. We'll move this down to here. There we go. Feeling good. Good. Jay, do you want me to do something with Scheffler? I got no issues with that. Yeah, okay, so I'll show you something after I build some lineups here with Jay. When I put in my favorite, like, okay, hold on. Trying to think, because my very first lineups that I built using the optimizer was so Sahith Theegala centric. It's just you guys selected certain players that don't go well with Sahith. That's why I like the bucket system. Because like if you're right, then you can ignore Sahith. And if Sahith ends up tanking, then, you know, good for us, bad for everyone else. Ooh, Frankie and JJ. Interesting. Oh, what's my favorite? I think anything that goes with Scheffler is probably going to be my favorite. I'll take that back, actually. I don't know if I've built anything today that I actually think is... Ooh, Kevin Yu. Look at this. Kevin Yu just shows up naturally. I have not increased his nothing, but he's with Emiliano Grillo. No. Shoot. Let's save it. Now, it's not like a death sentence to have Grillo. That's fine. But I was hoping not to see like something like that. Kevin Yu. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna remove Grillo from being chosen. Lingmirth. Cam Stewart, he's so funny. Take me to your leader. Martin Laird. JJ Spawn showing up a ton. There we go. Ooh, Minwoo shows up just naturally. Yes. Sign me up. Okay. So let me do two more lineups, and I'll show you what Sahith ends up showing up in, if I can remember off the top of my head. Kuchar, Hubbard, JJ's getting the boot. Andy Mira, I'm guessing, just Mira. I want to think that that's Spanish, but I imagine it's just Mira. Lurkin. Oh, yeah, Jake, go get some sleep, man. I gotta show JK some Sahith Theegala lineups anyways, so We've expended most of our Cantley, Fleetwood, Fowler lineups. Matt, Mark, and Matthew. The 3Ms of doom. Minwoo, Shamo, and Trey. Okay, we haven't seen a Trey Mullinax lineup. Interesting. Yeah, I'm about to take off in about 6 minutes anyways. So, Jay, it's actually a perfect time to leave. Carl Yuan. All right. Do we think he can kind of back up his Canadian Open performance? He was doing pretty well there. It's a pretty good combo to put them all together with, but anywho. All right, so I gotta show you my first leans. What were they? Oh, yeah, if I just, okay, it was actually if I just run the optimizer, no hands, just hit, you know, whatever. It's like, okay, Rom, Cantlay, Scott, Harmon, Putnam. Hey, that's a pretty good lineup. Okay, let me save that and let's go run optimize. Sith should show up. Should show up. There it is. Hovland, Finau, Thigala. So every second lineup that I build, Thigala showed up quite a bit. So he kind of gets mixed in. I think Xander was the dude. So if you went like with Xander or anything like that, turned out pretty decent. It's a pretty good lineup. And like I don't even know if I probably already saved these up here. That's I imagine. Let me just go ahead and save them right here. Xander, Tommy. Oh no, I don't have any Xander, Tommy. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, who did Thigala go with a lot? Let me double check. I can't remember if it was. I thought it was Scheffler or Cantlay, but Thigala showed up a ton with one of those guys. It could actually been Xander. All right, this is what it was. I think it was Xander, Im, Thigala. These three showed up a lot. I think because I've boosted up Minwoo Lee, he shows up now because I wasn't really seeing him either. But let's see. I'm just gonna keep hitting run optimize just to see. Yeah, Sahith, Sung Jae, Xander. That's a really good lineup. Let me bring that one back. Like I said, anything that includes CT Pan. I'm just such a sucker for CT Pan. I think he's getting disrespected in DK. Primarily because he was out with an injury for a long time. Guy's solid, dude. I think he's a top 50 player in the world. Yeah, we'll save that one. This seems pretty solid. Finau, yeah. Okay, so Tony Finau also was another guy that showed up with Sith a lot. So like if I started with Cantlay or Scheffler and Finau was chosen, then Sahith was like the next person that was chosen. Also seems like a decent lineup. I'm probably never going to start with a 9K golfer, and I'm mostly not going to start with Tony Finau, so. All right, I think I am close to the end. I will do one more lineup for someone who needs to see something. It's another good lineup here. Cam Davis with, I like Putnam, dude. Putnam seems solid too. All right. It's a final countdown. Siwoo Kim to go with Xander and Thigala. Yep. Sign me up. Actually, I don't want... Yeah, okay, never mind. That's fine. Got some options. Joshua Maz, yeah, dude. Good luck. Take care. Don't care for Shamo. Don't care for Harry Hall. Don't care for Buckley. Boom. We hit the 2-hour mark. All right, guys. think I'm gonna call it there. This lineup that's on the this is actually a really good one. I like this one. It has Wyndham Clark. I won't be playing much Wyndham Clark, but this is a pretty solid one. But anyways, I'm gonna take off. I got some lineups to build before it gets too late. Hopefully everyone does well this week. Let's cash big. I'd love to see some green screens that I can share with everyone else. Outside of that, again, if you want the optimizer, I can still send it to you tonight. I'll be up for another hour or two, maybe even longer. We'll see. So if you want it, I'll send it to you or send it your way. Just email me right there, SweetSpotDFS@gmail.com. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't, and comment.